They all wear the white hood with the thing. And
That's great for brand recognition. I can't knock that.
I suppose.
Like,
But
what's the CCO brand recognition?
yeah,
Finger blasting. Yeah.
works good.
Brash taunter holding up a middle finger.
There it is. Hey, listen to Commander Cookout Podcast, episode 443. I'm Brando. I'm here with Ryan. We're going to kill everybody from everywhere, from across time. Now hit our theme song! Hey, Ryan. We're back for yet another whirlwind adventure. How you doing?
Good. What is going down?
Whole bunch is going down. We're back after yesterday's extended pre-show where we had pre-coverage of Universes Beyond Assassin's Creed. We're going to talk about the rest of the set today, so make sure you check out some of our takes from yesterday because they were very good. We're very smart guys and know lots about Magic. We got a little bit of business to get into, some stories to tell, some people to thank, some cards to talk about. Before we get to any of that, we have to thank our official business daddies, FusionGamingOnline.com, their source for all your gaming needs, and Pile of Bones Brewing Co. They're the second coolest thing to come out of Regina and the official beer sponsor of CCO Sidewalk Slam Season 2 right here on YouTube.
Did you see I added the Chris Farley in there?
I did. I appreciated that.
You like that?
Dance going on? Yeah, I like that.
We got to extend our deepest gratitude to the Dufferin Avenue Media Network as well. We are in the Dam studio today. We were in the Dam dungeon yesterday for the extended pre-show.
I still don't understand why we have to record in the damn basement.
It sets the tone.
Man.
It sets the tone.
We got like couches and all sorts of stuff up here, but we have to sit on the floor in the basement and record the pre-show.
Well, we are Magic players.
Fair.
We're lucky it's not our mom's basement with our butt cracks.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. We got producer Gary in the booth. We're in the Dam studio. Nice day today. First day the sun has been shining. I don't want to reduce us to just talking about the weather for small talk, so let's get right into podcasting business.
Okay.
FusionGamingOnline.com.
Yeah, very cool place to go buy Magic cards.
Yes.
Assassin's Creed cards, Modi Ho 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 cards, upcoming. You can buy chainsaws. You can buy TV screen frame cards. You can buy Bloomborough mice with using needles as sword cards.
Are you doing the thing where we're hyping the thing before it's a thing? What are you, Watsy? What are you, some Watsy shill on YouTube?
Those are just things that I saw on Twitter this morning when I was waiting for your message to come here. So I just figured, but you can buy all those things at Fusion is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
They're good guys, and you, by going there, can save money by using special promo code CCO SAVE. And CCO perks, you can get some money back if it's your first order over 100 Canadian dollars. That's 25 US dollars. Yep. And by doing that, not only have you saved money, not only have you had extra excitement in your life, but you're also telling the business daddies that their relationship with business babies is a good one.
Yes, sir.
And that's important.
Yes, sir. And you would have seen the CCO Save promo code on the screen if you're watching on YouTube.
Which you should be!
And throughout the show, you're going to see a couple graphics behind us. We've never mentioned those before, but those are our business daddies and business beers and other shows that you can find on the Commander Cookout Media Group YouTube page, or if you go to commandercookout.com. Full listing of all of the, I guess not products, but shows and merch. We got merch today.
Yep.
We've got the CCO, the new glitch shirt. We've got the teal leather patch hat. Last bout of merch until Christmas.
Yes.
So if you want it, you got to get it before it's gone, and it always happens. Hey, do you got any shirts left in XL or whatever?
No.
Sorry.
No, we don't.
Are you going to be making, can I order? No, you can't.
Sorry.
We
only have so many.
Yeah.
They're gone.
Yeah, I don't.
But they're not gone yet. But you could make them gone by going to the store and
Please make them gone. Please make them gone. Not only does that free up space in my office, but it also helps us with a few of the future projects that we've got on the go. One of which we can talk about. You notice how I yelled but didn't actually yell there?
That was weird.
That's podcasting professionalism.
Is it though?
Well, you know how to yell into a mic without yelling, don't you?
Lean way back here.
I just don't yell. I don't lean. I got a sore neck.
Oh.
But
I don't.
New project that we're working on.
What?
Actually, Jenny McCarthy's brother worked on it mostly the whole
That's
time.
what I like to hear. I like that better.
CCO's curbside pickup. So fun. It is essentially it's VEDH Commander gameplay with the CCO national lights. Now, what does that actually mean? It's virtual Commander on webcam gameplay, like 4-way split screen
Yeah.
like this, right? With the Commander Cookout Patreon supporters.
Neat.
And we've got the first 2 recorded. Episode 1 is going to launch July 4th. I assume everybody is going to be home, at least from the land of the free, is going to be home on July 4th.
Why would they be home on July 4th? It's a Wednesday.
That's America's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, America.
Yes, and Canada too, July 1st. We did ours better. Or first, even though we didn't do either of those things.
Correct.
Sidewalk slam. Curbside pickup.
Yes.
Super fun. If you want to get on the show, patreon.com/CCO Podcast. It's one of the benefits. As soon as you're a patron, you can get on the list to play.
It's another benefit to being a part of the Commander Cookout community, including invites to the CCO experiences when we go places, or being a part of an actually active and really fun /supportive /super cool group of human beings that like to play Magic, give each other the finger, and just generally be cool.
Lots of finger blasting, lots of good nicknames, and generally no dicks.
Yeah.
As in, like, no assholes.
Yeah,
that also doesn't explain it. Nobody's mean or rude.
Yeah.
Yes. That's what it is.
Everybody's welcome unless you're a piece of shit, in which case, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
We have no time for that shit around here.
And we don't really have to say that to anybody, hey?
No, that's the beauty of it. Anybody who's a dick is already fucked off, and that's awesome.
Yeah. So, that's the business. We did the booster pack giveaway game and everything on the pre-show yesterday. We did the mechanics to Assassin's Creed
We also
yesterday.
reviewed some of the high-end reprints and talked about the basic lands.
Yes, and I mentioned it yesterday as well. I think I'm going to turn it into its own little podcast because it was like 31 minutes, producer Gary told us.
We talked for a while.
So it'll be like 443 episode A or episode B or 0.2.
Or would it be 442.5?
442.5, sure. Well, I want it lumped in with 443 because this is the Assassin's Creed episode. So where do you want to start? I've got up here 104 new cards.
Ooh.
New cards, legends and everything. Or I have the 37 legendary creatures that are new to this set. What do you want to do?
Let me hit you with a question. Usually you ask me the question, I'll hit you with one. And usually we wait till the end of the show to ask these. Is there a commander here? Because for me, I have no interest in building any of these guys at all. Do you? Like, is there anything that jumped out? I was like, man, I could build a deck around this. This would be cool. Like, did any of those hit you?
I saw glimpses of things that I liked. And I saw several that I would like to put into decks that I have.
Sure.
Remember yesterday we talked about, like, more and more often is it that you're finding legendary creatures in the 99s of decks.
Yep.
This set is only just like proving that the rule instead of the exception.
Do you think that by the time we get universes beyond Final Fantasy and universes beyond Marvel, that you'll just be able to build a deck 100% out of legendary creatures without trying to?
Ooh, without trying to. I was going to say, like, yeah, we can do that already.
I've already done it.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, I have one non-legendary creature in my Ratadrabic deck. Just one. And I am going to cut it as soon as another good Orzhov legend gets printed. But the point is, like, you're going to have all your mana dorks will be legendary. Like, all your ramp, all your draw, all of that stuff is going to be all legendary. And it'll be just, yeah, of course it is. Like, I feel like you're going to be able to do that probably in red-green. Because there's already a bunch of green legends that tap for mana. There's a bunch of Gruul legends that tap for mana. Lots of Gruul guys will draw you cards. And then you got a good high end there in green and red. So I feel like we're already pretty close to doing that.
I suppose
that's irrelevant to Assassin's Creed, but like I feel like this set in particular has a great number of just uncommon dudes that are legendary because they wanted to include characters from the game.
You know what I like and don't like about that? And I think it's the same thing. I like how that doesn't matter in Commander because we only have one anyways and the legend rule doesn't apply. And if we're playing clones at that point, it won't matter because it doesn't matter with clones anymore. Like, it's not legendary or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But also, I don't like that because usually even the mana dork legends at 2 or 3 mana have a bunch of other text also. So it's like, man, every single card is different in like a meaningful way because they're commanders or legends and they try to make them all different. But also it's got extra text that I have to care about or remember in addition to the reason why I'm playing it, which is 4 extra mana.
Or they surprise you somehow, right? Like, What do you mean it gives all your dudes death touch? What do you mean it gives all your guys
Yeah,
indestructible?
exactly.
What? Why is it a 10-10 when it attacks me? This doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Now, yesterday we talked about the white-red kind of double strike Legends Matter, or white-red-black Legends Matter, or white-red-green Sagas Matter, right? So we talked a little bit about that. I've got Bayek of Siwa was one of the ones I wanted to talk about. We covered it on the pre-show yesterday. Yep.
That's my boy.
Yep. I wanted to talk about, is it Ivor?
Ivor Wolf-Kissed.
Ivor Wolf-Kissed.
That sounds dirty. Is that dirty? Yeah, Gary says it's dirty.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is a human assassin warrior from Assassin's Creed Valhalla, I have to assume.
Yes.
Okay. 7/6 for Naya and 3. Already that's good.
That's already pretty
Right?
good. I'll bet you it has more words on it, though.
Trample and haste are two of those words. Yeah. Trample and haste, two of those words. When Ivor Wolf-Kiss deals combat damage to a player, because you're going to want to attack with your trample haste 7/6 on turn 4 or 5.
Of course you are.
Great. Deals damage to a player. You mill that many cards. It's getting even better for your good friend Ryan.
Okay.
You may put a Saga card and or a land card from among them onto the battlefield.
Of course, and.
So
of
Saga.deck and deck with land in it,
Yeah.
which is all of them except for that one we played that one time. That was all MDFCs.
Yeah.
Just frickin' for free after I've ramped out my 7-power commander on turn 4. This card's pretty good. This was one of the ones that were like, if I didn't have a Naya deck already, this does like all of the things that you want to do. But to me, it doesn't give me the fix of like, hey, this is this new and unique or interesting or kooky thing. This is just smash and pound and get value and generic then
Enchantress stuff.
And Enchantress stuff or Saga stuff.
Yeah, which is basically Enchantress stuff.
Yeah, you know what this is? This is the YouTube algorithm in a card.
Yeah.
Like, you need to have a face going like this.
Yeah.
You need to have a catchy, like, clickbaity title.
Yeah.
You have to have, like, your hashtags in the top of the description.
Right.
And that's what this is.
And you have to have a girl in a swimsuit with, like, suntan lotion on her boobs.
Yes.
Lots of people will click on those.
Yes. So this is, like, value, card draw, some relevant, like, mechanic or ability.
Yep.
And big power.
Yeah.
For not very much mana.
Yeah.
All right. The YouTube thumbnail of Magic the Gathering.
I love that 6 isn't too much mana anymore, hey?
Oh, no. That. But then you're going to have, like, the people that think that 6 is, that say, oh, well, 6 mana, this is never going to see play. Oh,
it's
my God.
3 colors and costs 6 mana. It's like, yeah, I'll put it on turn 3 then, I guess.
Yeah.
Ooh,
yeah, last time I
slow.
checked, Jeweled Lotus can still cast this 3 turns earlier. Right. I don't know.
Card I actually wanted to talk. Well, we're talking about, like, we're not doing legends, but lots of the legends in this set are cards that are good. I actually really like Cleopatra Exiled Pharaoh.
I knew you'd like this one.
I like this card, both because it's from the game that I like, and I learned lots about Cleopatra this week because I like the card. So it served as an educational moment for myself. And it's a card that's cool. She's a 2/4 human noble for black, green, 2. She has allies. At the beginning of your end step, put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 other legendary bros that you have. And Betrayal, which is whenever a legendary creature with counters on it eats shit, draw a card for each counter on it, and you lose 2 life. I like that.
Whenever a legendary creature with counters on it dies, you draw that many cards.
Yes, and then lose 2 life.
So if you just got like some legend that's got like 10 +1s on it,
yes,
you're going to draw 10.
Correct.
And not lose 10. No, lose
Correct.
2.
Correct. I like that.
That's a good deal.
Yep. That's going to be either like the kind of trade-off 2 life draw card, or it's going to be either greed or really good greed. I couldn't think of a card that makes you draw 10 and then lose 2, but whatever that card is, it's that.
Okay. I got another Naya guy.
Man, you love the Valhalla one.
I
eh?
am loving the
You
Valhalla,
love Valhalla.
like, yeah, the theme and I like Naya. So okay, we got the 6/6 Javi the Allfather, Naya and 3 again. Maybe that's the going rate, hey?
Sure, yeah.
Naya and 3, Javi the Allfather, indestructible as long as there are 4 or more historic cards in your graveyard. And
So if a bunch of sagas have run their course, or a bunch of your legends have eaten shit.
or just random artifacts.
Or your artifacts have
just
died.
like any artifact with a sack outlet, put it into the yard.
Because of course artifacts are historic.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
Well, they don't die. You could have an artifact from like hundreds and thousands of years ago.
Right.
Okay. Also, whenever Javi or another legend creature you control dies, return target legendary creature card with lesser mana value to the battlefield tapped.
Dang.
This is kind of like Kami of the East tree. When something ETBs, you get a second thing with lesser mana.
Right.
This is when something dies, you get a something with lesser mana.
So when something ETBs, that's exit the battlefield.
Yes.
You get something.
Enters the bin.
Enters the bin.
Enters the bin.
There it is.
I like this guy. And
It's
I
fine.
think that you've got some, not like combo chains, but like birthing pod death chains that you could do with this.
You probably could.
And you could like birthing pod your guys up and then sacrifice them and like reverse birthing pod back down to birthing pod back up again.
Yeah.
Right?
you
With the
could-
card birthing pod and things that do like what birthing pod does.
You could do that, yes.
And I think that just makes for like interesting deck building decisions. Maybe not interesting gameplay like in practice, but when you see like some weird card that's only in there because birthing pod, you say, why is that in here?
Birthing pod.
Oh, because birthing pod. And then when I sacrifice it, I get the reverse of it off of having my commander. Like, I think that makes for smart deck building.
Sure.
I think that that's cool.
Could be. Let's talk about, as of the recording of this episode, the most expensive card in the set. Let's talk about that for just a
What is
second.
it?
This one. Surprisingly enough, it's that one.
Ezio Auditore de Frizzi. Did I get there?
I don't know. He's the assassin from Assassin's Creed 2 and 3. He was the main character in 2 and 3.
Okay.
And I think, don't quote me on this, I think he's like the most popular kind of iconic character that everybody knows.
Close your eyes and think, what does Assassin's Creed character look like?
Yeah,
Ezio, right?
well, they all look the same. That's one of the very valid criticisms that's been leveled against this set is they all have the same outfit on, and it's true.
I guess that's what my mind's eye pictures.
Yeah, like they all wear the white hood with the thing. And
That's great for brand recognition. I can't knock that.
I suppose.
Like,
but
what's the CCO brand recognition?
yeah,
Finger blasting. Yeah.
works good.
Brash taunter holding up a middle finger.
There it is. I have that. Guy Pizza created that for me, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Geek Pizza. Good guy.
So let's read this. Let's read our guy here.
Okay. Ezio Auditor de Frise. Frenzy. Sure.
Whatever.
Legendary creature, human assassin, 3/2 for 2.
Sure.
It's pretty good and limited. Menace, only can get blocked by 2 or more creatures.
Keep in mind there is no limited for this set.
Oh. Good in cube.
Sure.
This guy could go into cube, couldn't he? Assassin spells you cast have free running black. So if I dealt damage to you with an assassin or my commander,
Right.
all my assassins just cost black.
Right.
That's good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Also, whenever Ezio deals combat damage to a player, we can pay Wooburg. If that player has 10 or less life, they just lose. They just frickin' lose.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Combo's pretty nice with Soren Markov.
Yes, it's
-3, put somebody to frickin' 10, attack them with a 3/2, and then just kill them.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
It's not too bad, and that's all on curve too. No, it's not because you got to pay. You'd have to have 9 mana to do that.
Oh, yeah.
But I think that the reason this guy is so much is because he is fairly powerful. He has a really powerful effect, and because he's Wooburg. If you are somebody that wants to build the Assassin's Creed assassin deck, you can play all the assassins from the set in the deck, which is why they made a generic Wooburg commander in the set.
Yeah, let's get all the guys all together. Let's get the boys back to the Brotherhood.
Yes,
Right?
exactly.
The Brotherhood together, and let's put this interesting thing on it, like Soren Markov, like Bolas's Citadel.
Sure.
Right? Everybody forgets that you can do that with Bolas Citadel.
Yeah.
Sack 10 things, deal 10 damage or whatever it is. That's a good one.
Yeah, it's a cool card, and I'm glad that it's there. It'll let people who want to build the deck that the set is
Yep.
to do that.
Yep. Okay. Man, there's so many cards in here. I don't know how to pronounce the names.
Here's the one that I was talking about. I'm gonna spell it. I'm gonna spell it for everybody here. RATONHNHEKE with a little mark over
That's
it.
an accent.
Colon.
Or sorry, an
TON.
acute accent mark.
Yeah.
And then a colon TON.
Yeah. But there's a colon in the middle of this word. So it's Ratonhekiton. Maybe. I don't know. But it's a 3/3 for, is that Bant? Esper?
That's Esper.
As long as he hasn't dealt damage yet, he has hexproof and can't be blocked. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, create a 1/1 black assassin creature token with menace. When you do, return target equipment card from your graveyard to play, attach it to the token. So that's a pretty cool card too. Even if you can't say what it is, it's pretty neat.
There's a lot going on with that name. I haven't even got past the name yet.
Yeah, there's so I'm not even, and I wish I knew what game he was from, because that probably meant I would have played it, so I'd know what his name was, and I'd also know like what's the word for where a dialect or names come from? The etymology of the word, you know what I mean?
Yep. Well, it definitely looks like it's from Valhalla, based on the pine trees in the snow. They don't got those in Egypt.
That's true.
Right?
I don't think they've done like
those
Northern America yet.
Acute accent marks and the HNH and the KE at the end, all of that screams like Norse to me. That's all some kind of Norse or Icelandic type thing. My mouth and brain don't know how to communicate HNH.
You know who does know how to say this name then? Maggers.
Oh, I betcha.
He knows.
Or Ben, because Ben knows.
Yeah, one of you guys get at us in the comments and tell us how to say this name.
Yeah, maybe Finger Blast Mummy 3, Finger Sniff. Mummy Sniff. Maybe he knows too. I don't know how to do the HNH, and I don't know how to do like the acute accent mark on the E makes us like want to pronounce the E.
Yeah.
Like,
because this isn't French, because if it was French, we kind of know how to say it because we're Canadian, eh? And then, but this isn't French, so
that E wouldn't affect the A with that accent mark on it. And then there's a freaking colon in it. That's a punctuation mark, not a letter that we pronounce.
That's right.
And usually when you want to separate but keep it in the same, you'll put an apostrophe.
Yeah.
Like guys that are named Darcy with D apostrophe RC, Darcy.
Yeah.
Man, what the hell?
Yeah, that's a strange
That's
one.
a tough one.
It's like how when you do like the African languages, if it's an exclamation point, it's like a sound.
There's a bunch of different languages that have like clicks and pops in them.
It's kind of
Those,
Phyrexian.
We can't make those sounds either because that's not even something that is in any kind of like Romance language, and it's not in Latin and it's not in Greek, so we would have no idea how to do it.
Just asked. Let's talk about this guy. We talked about him briefly last week.
Senu, Keen-Eyed Protector.
I like him so much.
Yes. Okay. 2/1 Bird Scout for white 1, Flying and Vigilance.
Cool.
It's already good in Cube because I can't say limited apparently.
That's right.
Tap, exile Senu, Keen-Eyed Protector. You gain 2 life and scry 2.
Neat.
So if it just said like exile him, that
would be good.
Well, no, it'd probably be fine because you can remove him from blocking.
You have to exile him. He's removed permanently.
Yes, but there's more.
Yes, there is more. But you're going to say if that's all he said, but that's not all he says.
If there's no 2 life and no scry 2, there's still more. That would still make this card good. When a legendary creature you control attacks and isn't blocked, if Senu is exiled, put it onto the battlefield attacking.
That's cool.
That card is so interesting.
And you know what's cool about that too is since your creature has already not been blocked, when you put Senu in, it's not like, oh, well, I'll block the bird and kill it. I'll chump the bird. Because they can't, because they've already declared their blocks. So it comes in after blocks to just do an extra 2. That's pretty cool. And if he's attacking with Bayek, he's got double strike, so it's 4.
And I'm going to put him with like reconnaissance mission style cards that when he attacks you, I'm going to draw freaking cards in my bird deck.
Yeah.
Good.
I like Senu lots. I think he actually might be the thing that cuts the non-legendary creature out of my Ratadrabic deck.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, he's good. Shout out to Sean and Rebecca just because it's card number 2 that has my wife's name on it.
And it's the actual one. It's not Rebecca. It's Rebecca. Shout out to them also because it's 2 people sitting in front of a laptop.
Shout out to everybody who thought my wife's name was Sean. And then there's like, wait, no, there's only one card named Sean. Okay, 2 more. No, 3 more. Shay Cormac. Straight up utility. This could go into Ratadrabic because it removes hexproof indestructible shroud. This is such a cool utility card. Put it in your decks.
That's a good
Talk
one.
about this guy. Tell me about him.
Surtur Fiery Jotun is another Valhalla card.
I know.
Giant God, 5/5 for 5, 2 of which are red. Trample. When you cast a historic spell, it deals 3 damage to something. That's pretty good.
I'm just going to put this in every like historic No, what is it? Historic deck.
Yes.
Like this is just artifact combo like WinCon, right?
Yes.
Or it's another one in the long line of Bergie and Ashling and the other one and what's Teneb? Just like mana, red, burn, pseudo combo.
I don't know if mono red Duretti Stacks is still a deck, but if it is, this would probably find a home in there because it's already just an artifact deck, right? So it's just another way for that deck to win a little faster. He's a really cool card. I like him.
Yeah. You know what? We're really getting to the critical mass of mono red straight up, no combo, straight up burn deck wins.
Yeah, I think I want to say
you think we're there?
I think we are. I think in every, if you take the burn hair, it's a hair on a head, and you're gonna split it as many times as you can to make different burn decks. I think we've almost reached critical mass between Torbrand and the god that flips over into a land, Bergie and the new the flip over Praetor, Urabrask,
and Soulfeme.
Soulfeme is another one, and there's one other guy that I'm forgetting. Teralf is another one. Like there's so many now.
Yeah.
This guy, I think that we're reaching that thing where they're going to start feeling not just like the same, but identical. And yeah, like or they're going to have so many hoops you have to jump through that they're going to not even matter.
Oh yeah, like this is the saga, or sorry, this is the artifact version of it, which is maybe different than Bergie because she cares about red spells, right? Mm-hmm. And one cares about excess non-combat damage. One cares about if it's 1, it becomes 3. That's the Warhammer 40k one with red in it.
Yep.
What's his name? P.P. Guyerson Starn.
Sure.
Right? So there's all these different burn decks. I think that they do feel distinct enough still.
Yeah.
But at the top end, when it gets away from 3 damage, 3 damage, 3 damage, when it turns into, okay, double damage, triple damage, or when it turns into, okay, now my combo's online, I'm going to kill you. Yep. That's when, at the top end, they start to feel the same.
And every 1 damage is now 10 damage. I will now do 12 damage and win.
Yeah, and deal 7 trillion damage.
Yeah, that's kind of where they go. And I think that they have reached that critical mass where that's just what we're doing now.
All right. So you're saying that mono red burn uninteresting?
Nope.
Oh, I thought I was going to get a hot take out of you.
I'm saying that if the more mono red burn commanders they print, they're going to start becoming less and less interesting unless they become so much more over the top powerful that nobody's even going to bother with them.
Oh,
I think.
I don't know if we need any more over the top power and mono red burn. That's what I'm saying.
They're going to print Torbrand, but instead of it doing 2 more damage, it's going to do 4 more damage, and then you'll just cut Torbrand and play new Torbrand.
Would they call him 4-brand?
Oh, yes. Yes, they would.
If you played damage doublers in your Torbrand deck, can you just name the deck 4-brand?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes, you can.
Ooh.
Yes.
That's not even a get out comment?
Nope.
That's
fine.
the door?
No, I like that.
Never come back?
No, I appreciate that one.
Okay.
You can stay.
Okay.
You can stay.
I got one more.
One more. Is it this one?
Capitoline Triad.
Man, it costs 10.
No, it doesn't. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each historic card in my graveyard.
Okay.
And it's a 7/7 for 0.
Sure.
Exile any number. This is so ridiculous. Exile any number of historic cards from your graveyard with total mana value 30 or more.
30 or more.
30 or more.
Or more.
Yeah.
Okay.
You get an emblem with creatures you control have base power and toughness 9/9. Sure. Could this be an Eldrazi commander and you just like self-mill? You just grindstone your stupid self and then exile your Eldrazi's shuffle trigger on the stack and all your scions are 9/9s?
I guess.
Did I just make the deck?
Could you just Painter's Servant yourself? Just grind your whole deck into the graveyard and then play this?
Yes. Yes, we could. That's my kind of deck. That's gonna be my new mill deck. Self mill.
Man,
I hate having cards. Just 9/9s.
Yeah. Well, and then you have the Eldrazi Titans, and they just shuffle everything back in.
Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Painter's Triad.
Dang.
Grinder's Triad. There it is. Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about some cards. Any cards in the deck?
Are we gonna do that deck? What else does it do, or does it just make the?
It makes 9/9s.
Well, is that it? The fact that I'm asking...
What else do you need?
The fact that I'm seriously asking, is that it? I feel really speaks to how ridiculous Commander cards have gotten of late.
It's a 7/7. Yeah, this is. I told you, it's ridiculous.
It's a 7/7 for free that makes all your other creatures into 9/9s. And my immediate reaction was, that's all it does?
Well, you got to do some work.
Like, is it even worth it? Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's some work to do. Okay, you don't just get 30 CMC of frickin' artifacts in your graveyard. That doesn't just happen.
Well,
Okay, we can make it happen, but that requires a deck building choice, right?
That's true.
Yeah, it requires a deck building choice, and I don't think that's as easy as people think.
No, it's
right.
not.
Like even with imagine casting a
and a lot of those big things do shuffle themselves back in. So you think of all the Eldrazi Titans and Blightsteel and Darksteel. All of those things are going to leave your graveyard to go back into your deck.
Yeah, and Blightsteel and Darksteel are replacement effects. They don't even go to your graveyard, right? Yeah. And think of playing an Aetherflux Reservoir when you don't have 50 life. It's kind of hard to get to 50 life if like you go Aetherflux Reservoir on turn 4 and then you pass the turn. Everybody's coming after you.
And nobody ever does that.
You're right. You're right.
And if they do, they go Lotus Petal, Ornithopter, bounce my Lotus Petal, Ornithopter, bounce the, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Bunch of chumps. Let's talk about this thing. Because I think that these words on a card, I think, should stop happening. And I'm going to, let me read it. I'll tell you. It's, what is this? Catechus Staff of Hermes.
Caduceus?
Caduceus Staff of Herpes is a legendary equipment for white 2. Equipped creature has lifelink. As long as you have 30 or more life, that's the part that should go away.
Oh.
The 30 or more life.
Not what I thought you were going to say.
Equipped creature has +5/+5, indestructible, and prevent all damage that would be dealt to this creature. It equips for white. I think with every card is a commander card now. Yeah. Let's just say that because it's true.
Yes.
When they say things like 30 or more life, if you drop this on turn 1 or 2, which is not hard, you just immediately get a 6/6 indestructible lifelinker that doesn't take damage. And I just think that these cards should now say something akin to, if you have 5 more life than your starting life total, or if your life, there should be some not immediately active thing that you have to do. You have to do something. You have to have 5 cards in your hand. You have to have 2 other creatures. You have to do something beyond have your starting life total early on in the game of Commander.
I like how you provided a solution to the problem. That is leading from the front, Uncle Brando. Solution provider, not just aimlessly bitching about magic cards on the internet.
Yep.
Actually providing a reasonable design alternative.
If I think that they should stop doing something, I feel I should probably provide something that I think they should do instead.
What I thought you were going to say, while I wholeheartedly disagree with you, what I thought you were going to say is this is a real life, outside of Magic, real world reference. And a lot of the times I see online people say things like, hey, I thought they weren't going to do real life references anymore. I used to play in 1994 when they said that they were going to stop doing that. And yeah, that was 30 years ago. They changed their mind. And I don't know how I feel about it still.
Well, this might be a shock to you and maybe the people listening. I don't know. Hermes, not a real guy. He didn't own anything. He was not real.
What I mean is, it's a reference to things in mine and your real world, like Earth plane, right?
Okay. See, I always associated stuff like this with like a desert or a cave or a pyramid, right? Like they exist, but like it's just a name that we recognize, right?
Yes.
And that's the only thing that actually makes this not a magic card.
Yeah.
If this was Staff of Isildur, nobody would, right? That wouldn't even be a thing. So like, whatever.
Oh yeah. And to that I would say, okay, well that is referencing another made up story, where this is referencing, while it is a made up story, a real life made up story.
Yeah.
And then you could say, well, how is Lord of the Rings that you were just talking about not a real life made up story, right? Like at what point does the frame that you put it in make it real or fake?
Yes.
Right? And that turns into like a design philosophy question, rather than like a matter of taste in what I like in Magic the Gathering, right?
Yeah.
That's some deep shit.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. I like the good kind of deep shit though.
Yes.
Not the bad kind.
It's exactly. It's not the kind where you need a popsicle stick to get out. It's like
you need a whole paddle,
Yeah,
which you wouldn't have.
Correct.
Yeah. I like your take too on like a pyramid, like lowercase p, just a pyramid versus the pyramids, capital P, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So there's something to talk about there too, I'm
which
sure.
don't show up in here, and I'm surprised. I'm surprised they didn't have like
Just in art.
the 3 pyramids or like the Pyramid of Giza or
Yeah, I wonder what that card would do. Let's not talk about it.
yeah, that's whatever.
I love here. What I do love about when we get very generic adaptation, top-down stuff like we got in Innistrad for the first time, and like we see in Theros a lot, and we get like Haystack. This is something I'm going to jump off a roof and land in.
Yes.
Hook blade. It's going to give me flying when I use it, right?
You knew that was a thing that's real, right? Remember yesterday we talked about the vista points where you climb up the building, so you don't have to climb back down the building.
You just
underneath
jump into a haystack.
Yes, and you do like this big swan dive, and it's really cool. And you go floof into the haystack, and you just pop out and like, fucking good. I just fell 14 stories. Woo! It's awesome. And it's dope.
Okay, I got 2 bang bang.
Oh,
I got 3 bang 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 white cards right in a row that we got to talk about.
Oh man, white cards.
First one. I'll go fast on this first one.
Okay.
Tax collector.
Not good enough.
Frickin' advisor. He's a 2/2 advisor. ETBs choose one until end of turn. Your shit costs more.
Sure.
That's good. Or detain target creature and opponent controls. It can't attack or block, and its activated abilities can't be played. I can use this on defense early game. I could use it on offense for your best blocker late game and just pound you with a bunch of and furthermores.
Yeah.
Next one. What must be done? I think that this card is actually going to be a card that sees some good play in Commander.
I do too.
Okay. Sorcery for white 3. Choose one again.
Yep.
Destroy all creature and all artifacts.
Neat.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Or return target historic permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It enters with 2+1s on it. If it's a creature.
Sure.
That's a good card.
It's not a bad card.
That's a reanimate on 5, which is like on rate for white, but you get a bonus.
Yep.
Also, it's a sweeper at 5, which is kind of where they place him now.
Now where they live now.
Yeah.
It killing artifacts too, I think, will kind of keep people from running it too often, because I think that people already have maybe I'm making an overgeneralization, but where I've played and things I've seen, lots of people are kind of stepping away from the kill everything sweepers now because they don't want to kill all their own stuff.
No, wussies.
And when you have something that kills not only all your own stuff, but it also kills your ability to rebuild your stuff, I think that people kind of tend to stay away from that. So I think that while this card is great and should see play, I think it might be tempered somewhat because it does kneecap you pretty hard sometimes.
Put it in your Enchantress decks.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't hit enchantments. And if you're playing like the Wild Growths and the Utopia Sprawls and stuff, you'll still have lots of mana.
Yep. The last white card is Templar Knight. It's the Relentless Rats / Slime Against Humanity / Dragon's Approach / what's that one you like?
Persistent Petitioners.
Persistent Petitioners in white, where it's a 3/1 with Vigilance for white 1. You can play any number of them in your deck, and you can pay white, tap 5 untapped attacking creatures you control named Templar Knight, search your library for a legendary artifact card, probably a Chroma's Memorial, and put it into play.
Ooh.
And that's the deck. We've done like 2 deck techs on this show. You know that, right? We did the Assassin's Creed Assassins deck and the Templar Knight deck. We're really good at this.
I like that card. I like those cards that you can play any number. I never jumped on the rat train because at the time I always thought, oh, this is overdone. This is like everybody does this. Everybody has a rats deck or a rat colony deck because they just went bang, bang, 2 in a row, right?
Yeah.
Then I got Persistent Petitioners and I was like, this is my jam. It's mill, it's advisor, like everything about this I like. Yep. And then Dragon's Approach got printed. I'm like, frick, I can combo with this card in Jeskai with Elsha of the Infinite. Man, this is going to be freaking awesome. And then you got Slime Against Humanity.
I did.
Which is actually a good deck.
Oh, that's really
good. Everybody who I have ever seen play that deck is good.
Yeah.
This one, I think, lands somewhere in between, not as good as Slime and Dragon's Approach, but better than Persistent Petitioners.
I concur.
Because these guys you can have lots of. They're all 3/1s with Vig.
Yep.
And you can search for something that gives them indestructible so they can block and attack with impunity.
Yes.
These guys, I think, are going to be better than people think.
Correct. And that's probably why, again, they're pre-selling for $6 American now.
Oh, they always do, though.
Yeah.
You remember Slimes, right?
Well, they're still up over a couple of bucks. And this one's in a set that's going to be opened less. So, and uncommons are very difficult to get in these products. So,
You know what I like about this too? Is you can skull clamp them, and if you make like a black, white, like Dark Knight deck, right? You can mass reanimate them all and just rip through your deck with skull clamp and like a Phyrexian or Ashnod's Altar, because those cards,
yeah.
Yeah.
Did we just break Ashnod's Altar?
Again?
Oh,
that's
man,
why you come to CCO.
We're good here, baby. We're good at this.
Blue cards.
Blue card. We already talked about Become Anonymous. I think Desynchronization is a card that is going to make a bunch of people angry.
Return each non-land permanent that's not historic to its owner's hand.
And here's why it's going to make people angry. Because it's going to undo games and restart them, which is like, fuck, everybody hates that. Or it's going to piss off the person that's playing it, because what we were talking about earlier, where now everything is goddamn legendary. So it's not going to do anything. It's going to bounce the tokens and nothing else.
Yeah.
And even sometimes it probably won't bounce the tokens.
That's fine. I got one here.
Okay.
Escape Detection.
Okay.
Blue 1 instant, free running.
Nah.
Return a blue creature you control to its owner's hand.
Very cool.
So if I've hit you with my commander, I can bounce one of my guys. Let's say a guy that's got an ETB that I want back in my hand anyways.
Sure.
Okay. So I can cast it for free by drawing a card back to my hand. If I was never going to use him to attack or block, I can draw that card back to my hand. So I haven't even spent a card to cast this.
Right.
That's good so far, right?
Yes.
Okay. Return target creature to its owner's hand.
Yes.
And then draw a card. That's what the card actually does.
Yes.
So you can draw 2, bounce a guy. Or if it's another ETB guy, it's just free, draw 3 cards.
Yeah.
At the cost of 1 card.
Yes.
And hitting you with my commander.
And then playing your commander back into play untapped so you can block with it.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about with my commander. Yeah,
Right, like
this card is sneaky good.
Yes, it's pretty good. It's very. Do you like Loyal Inventor?
It's an artificer, and it's as close to the wizard that tutors for an artifact of a certain mana value as we can get. So this is a human artificer, 2/3 for 3 vigilance, ETBs. Search your library for an artifact, put it into your hand. If we control an assassin, if we don't, put it on top of my library. Orvar the All Form is going to get this card.
Yes.
Because he's an assassin.
Correct.
Do you like that card?
I think so. I think I do. I like I think in most cases this is going to be a top of the library tutor. And I dig those. I think that they're cool. And I think that people kind of like, oh, demonic tutor. But I feel like when you're tutoring to the top, I think that people are less likely to just kind of be a little salty that way. So at the casual table, it's a decent blocker, and it has vigilance so it can attack, and it tutors you probably something cool.
I like this in my Cascade deck too, where I tutor for an artifact that has Cascade. Then I cast a Cascade card, cascading into the card I tutored for that also has Cascade.
Dang.
That dang old value right there. On to black.
On to black.
What do you like?
Nothing.
Nothing? Not even Chain Assassination?
No.
No?
No. When I saw Chain Assassination, I was like, oh, yeah. Oh, baby. This thing is going to let me play the free running cost for each creature I want to kill, and I'm going to kill all sorts of shit, but it just kills a thing and draws a card. That sucks.
Yeah, it doesn't let you, like, copy it, or if that creature died, like, do it again or something.
Yeah, we're
like,
not
that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, we're not chaining anything. We're not chaining anything. That's not what a chain is.
Okay. Let's change the meaning of chain. This is hitting somebody with a chain until they're dead.
That's what I kind of was just about to say. Yeah, you're beating somebody with a chain in this case.
No, I'm going to take a shackle from like an anchor on a frickin' barge and just toss it over the edge of a building. Chain.
Man, you'd have to be pretty smart to assassinate somebody that way, though, because like, how are you going to make sure you hit your target? By throwing something off a building. That's some science, dude.
Oh, I'm just going to like wait until they walk under it, and then I'm just going to hold it out and drop it straight down like Arnold on Commando. Sully, I lied.
But what if they keep moving? Like they have to stop to check their watch or something, so you can drop something on their head.
You whistle, and he'll be like, "Hey, bud," and you stop. Oh,
and he looks up and he goes, "What?" And you say, "What's your name?" And then he goes, "Ezio," and you say, "Ezio," etc.
That name fucking sucks.
Exactly.
No. You know what it's actually going to be like? It's going to be like when when Harry opens the door in Home Alone 2 and the tool bag unzips and he's standing there picking his tooth. Oh.
Yeah, all the
And all the freaking tools come down except chains.
Yes. I love and hate that.
On to red.
On to red. Let's do some freaking red cards. Is there any red cards that are good?
Spear of Leonidas.
Yeah, I like that one.
Gives
too.
me Embercleave vibes, though it ain't.
Taint.
No. Damn. Okay, legendary artifact equipment. Equips for 2, costs 3 to cast. When equipped creature attacks, remember, attacks, not deals combat damage. Choose one. Double strike until end of turn.
Sure.
Create Phobos? Phoebus?
Phobos.
A 3/2 legendary horse. Who cares? Or draw 2, then discard. No, discard 2, then draw 2.
Neat.
This is fine. Isn't this a fine
What if
card?
you can't discard 2? Can you, like, if your hand's empty, can you just... You have to discard the 2 to draw the 2, right? I always get confused by cards
I think
like that.
I
Like, if I'm hellbent, can I get cards back with this thing?
yes.
Okay.
Yes. That's why it's not terrible. If it says discard up to 2, then draw that many, or discard 2 if you did draw 2. If it just says discard 2, I just fucking draw
Yeah.
2. Right?
My hand is now at -2. We will draw. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yep.
I do like that.
I like that one. You got any other raiders?
Don't. Just that one. That was the one I wanted to talk about. That's why I want to do the whole set at once, because there's not a ton of stuff. I do like Evelyne de Grand Prère.
Ooh.
That was
That's
that
an
was
aviolar R.
French as hell. So it's a 3/3 for green 2 with Death Touch. Whenever a creature we control with Death Touch deals combat damage to a player, we put that many +1/+1 counters on it. Yes, it has Disguise. No, I don't give a shit.
Oh.
That's just a neat card. I like that. And I'm going to put it right in my Death Touch everything deck.
I want to call this Aveline the Grand Prix, and just imagine that she's driving a Mario Kart.
A-Line Grand Prix.
Oh yeah, A-Line. That sounds faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's very quick. One of those 150cc races.
Oh no, they go up to like 250 now or something.
Not in Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Mario Kart has 250cc.
Mario
now?
Kart 8 on Switch? Man,
Nice.
that's so fast.
No, I never played that one.
Yeah, drifting sideways, your tires are on fire. Wah!
Once they started doing like customizing your cart and having 3 drivers on it, I was like, yeah, fuck this. I've had enough of this shit.
Okay, yesterday on the pre-show, we talked about some of the uncommon equipment that equips for free. That
Yes.
does so many things.
Yes.
Listen to Hunter's Bow.
Okay.
Tell me about this.
Okay, I shall.
Equipment,
Yep.
green 1.
Yep.
When Hunter's Bow enters the battlefield, attach it to target creature you control.
Deal.
Any frickin' guy. That creature deals damage equal to its power to up to 1 target creature you don't control.
So shoots him with an arrow.
Shoots him with an arrow. Equipped creature has reach and ward 2.
That's pretty good. That's several abilities for 2 magics.
Yeah. Man, what if it had flash? That'd be like the best card in the set. Okay. Multicolor.
Now, we already talked about Cleopatra.
I got bleeding effect.
Bleeding effect.
I don't usually like cards like this, but I think that this one's really good.
Okay.
Okay, so it's an enchantment for black, white, 2. At the beginning of combat on your turn, creatures you control gain flying until end of turn if a creature in your graveyard has flying. The same is true for first strike, double strike, death touch, hexproof, indestructible, lifelink, menace, reach, trample, and Vig.
Let me tell you why I like that card.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with any of the words that you just read.
Okay.
But if you look at the art on it, you have Desmond. That's the dude from Assassin's Creed that like lives in the now that gets sent back to be Ezio and Altair and these guys.
Yep.
What eventually ends up happening to this guy is he's spent so much time like living in the minds of these assassins that can do all this crazy shit that he eventually learns how to do all that crazy shit.
And is that called the bleeding effect?
Yes, because the knowledge has bled into his brain, and now when he's awake in the real world, he can use like the assassin vision so he can see where people are trying to kill him, and he can do all the free running stuff, and he knows how to use all weapons and make all poisons and all this shit. And that's pretty cool. I don't think we ever got the game where you play as Desmond doing the assassin thing, but I know that's where it was going at one point.
Ben will tell us.
But then money happened, and they didn't do it.
Oh. I like this one because it's all your creatures. Every time we've ever seen this is like this legendary creature gets the stuff of all your other guys in your graveyard.
The guy from Ikoria does that.
Yeah,
There's a vampire from somewhere.
Like roll a die, and if it's a 6, it gets this. If it's a 5, it gets this.
Yeah,
right?
Mecha Godzilla gets
Yeah, right? This one kind of reminds me, and I know that it's not, but it kind of feels like a Chroma's Will, where it's like, hey, I've got these couple guys in my graveyard, like a flyer, a double striker, and a vigilant guy. I guess you just die.
Yeah.
Right? Double strike, flying, and vigilance, and I can still block, like...
Zatalpa's in my bin.
Oh!
Right? Like,
Oh! Yes, because all your guys would have indestructible then too, right?
It's fucking go time, baby, right? We're flapping.
Did we just make Zatalpa good?
I'm sorry? Right? Like,
And you're welcome. Oh, man.
what about this one here?
Address.
It's a vehicle, so I'm wondering if you're going to put it in your vehicle gives a shit about it deck.
Yes. I saw a couple things that care about vehicles in this set, but they all have frickin' blue.
And they're all assassins, I guess. Hey?
Okay, so this is a vehicle with Island Walk, a 4/3 for 3, Adrestia? I don't know how to say it.
Yeah.
Island Walk. If defending player controls an island, this is unblockable for any of the kids out there. When Adrestia attacks, if an assassin crewed it, draw a card, and then it becomes an assassin in addition to its other types. No, this goes in the assassin deck.
Yep.
This is a 4-power draw card for 3.
Yeah.
Kind of gives me looter scooter vibes because it's hard to block and it draws you a card, but you got to accrue it with an assassin.
Yeah, a bunch of
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Yeah.
The Anus, you like this card? No, it's
the Anima? No, it's not very good. Excalibur is pretty cool though. Hey?
Apple of Eden is shitty memory jar. Yep. I'm just gonna memory jar myself.
Correct.
Excalibur is another one like the spear of the dude and that guy of Phoebus or whatever. Give this one I like this one.
I like this one. So check this out. Excalibur Sword of Eden is a legendary artifact equipment for 12.
I like it already.
So you already know this is going to be awesome. You can only equip it to legendary creatures for 2. That's the last line. But the rest of the card reads as follows. This spell costs X less to cast, where X is the total mana value of historic permanents you control.
Because that's hard.
So this could cost you free. The odds are this is going to cost you free.
You know
so
what?
The point is you pay free for this. Equipped creature gets +10/+0 and has vigilance.
At what point are you happy to pay mana for this card? Like, would you pay 6 for this and equip for 2?
No. I would pay nothing for this card and equip it for 2.
At what point do you see an opening with your 1-power commander to have a 2-hit clock? It's like, okay, I guess I'll pay 5 for this and equip for 2. Like, that's 7 total. Hit you for 11, and like you've got a removal spell in your hand for when they play their blocker next turn.
What makes Embercleave cost less? Is it the power of your dude?
Embercleave is...
is it the power of the attacking dude? Because I feel like this works really good with Embercleave.
Embercleave is 1 less to cast for each attacking creature you control.
Okay, so it doesn't work.
It gets a maximum of 4 discount, and you cast it for red. The thing about Embercleave is when you cast it, it has flash.
Yeah.
So you put it on somebody who hasn't been blocked, and it equips for free.
Yes.
So you don't have to worry about that extra 2 equip cost like you do on Excalibur. Yeah. I guess they just switched it because Embercleave, you have to pay 2 for it to cast it. And with Excalibur, you have to pay 2 to equip it. What's better? I don't know.
I think Embercleave is probably better because they don't see it coming. The surprise
But your guy has to be big with Embercleave. With Excalibur, your guy could be a shitty 0/1 and you're still going to kill somebody with it. Right?
I suppose, yeah.
You know what? Fuck it. Play him in the same deck.
I mean, I'm going to put it in Obeka.
I'm gonna
because this represents 10 extra upkeeps.
Dude, I am going to give my guy +10/+10 for 2 mana, equipped with Excalibur, and then I'm going to attack you with it, and I'm going to go 2 mana
Embercleave, die.
Give him double strike.
Yeah.
And you're just going to take like
enough
40.
Yep.
I don't know.
Enough.
Yeah.
I like enough.
Yeah.
Yep. Have you ever seen those cards where you think to yourself, man, how did they let that get by them? They should have probably paid more attention. They probably should have costed that differently.
Are you talking about Excalibur, or are you talking about the final card that I want to talk about?
The final card that you want to talk about is Mjolnir Stormhammer. We're going to say two things about this before we read it.
I know what one of them is.
One, they've already printed this card. We've already given us Mjolnir. It's on the other side of Terrelf. It's
Okay.
already a commander of my deck.
Okay.
And two, I'm a little bit choked because they kind of costed this in such a way that I'm never, ever going to play it.
Okay, hold on. Third thing.
Okay.
What are they going to do when they do the Marvel expansion and there's already a card named Mjolnir? What are they going to do? Are they just going to name it like Legendary Equipment? It's Thor's fucking hammer, guys. Just, we already have a card.
You know what they're going to do? They're just going to call it Mjolnir and not Stormhammer. It'll be Mjolnir,
Yeah, I suppose.
Thor's giant dong.
I'll give it a read, and then you'll tell me why you love or don't love Thor's giant dong. Okay. Legendary artifact equipment for 4 mana.
Cool.
Equips for 4.
Cool, that's lots.
So maybe like an 8 mana total investment.
Yeah.
Okay. When it enters the battlefield, attach it to target legendary creature you control.
Cool.
Okay, so it's 4 mana now.
Yes.
Okay. Whenever equipped creature attacks, tap target creature defending player controls and put a stun counter on it. When Mjolnir deals damage to each opponent equal to the number of tapped creatures that opponent controls.
That's pretty good.
Okay, so it'll maybe deal 1 damage if you got a guy.
Yep.
If you just like alpha'd somebody else and got 10 tapped guys,
Yep.
it'll deal 10 to you.
It'll 10 you.
Plus whatever I'm attacking with.
Yep.
This is a fine card.
It's great. It just costs fucking 8 to get it on a guy if you have to re-put it on a guy. And this is one of those things that's definitely, that guy's not going to survive very long. 'Cause it doesn't give your guy any more survivability, right? You attack one time with your whatever, and it just gets blocked and eats shit. And now you're paying a lot of mana for that. You have to recast it like every turn. It's 4 to come in and attach to a thing, and then it's 4 if you want to put it back on. And I just feel like they've appropriately costed that ability in a climate of Magic where you gotta kind of be more efficient.
Or be like over the top ridiculous.
Yes.
I could understand if this card, everything on the card is the same, except it also had indestructible, so it can't be destroyed.
Yeah.
That would be a thing that would make this card better.
Yes.
Would that make it so we play it? No, because the numbers are still a little bit off compared to other modern day bombs or battle cruisers.
Yeah. Or if it was like equip God for 2, like add that line, something like that. You know what I mean? I feel like that just would have made it a little bit less of a, I've paid 4K, you killed my guy, shit, okay, I'll pay 4 again. You killed my guy again.
Yeah, equip God for 2 would make sense again thematically, but is outside kind of the parameters of what they're doing with this set, right?
There is a God.
There is a God, yeah. A God giant. I could put him in my
That's right.
Bryon Start Arm deck. Maybe that deck will become good.
No.
Lol.
No chance. Do you like any of the lands or any other cards?
No. I don't know. The one land is good. Aspergo Entertainment.
Abstergo Entertainment
Sure.
is the company that designed the Animus, which is what sends people back into the past to do the Assassin's Creed gimmick.
You pay 3 and you exile it, and you get a historic card from your graveyard to your hand, then you exile all graveyards. This is actually okay.
That's not a bad card.
This could get you back like your Jeweled Lotus. This could get you back an equipment. This could get you back something, and is graveyard hate. So like it's got utility, and you don't need to use it for any of that stuff because you can just use it for mana. So this card is good.
How do you feel about this against what's the other land that exiles graveyard? Scavenger Grounds.
Scavenger Grounds.
Because Scavenger Ground comes into play tapped.
No. Taps for colorless.
No, it comes into play tapped, doesn't it?
No.
I was sure Scavenger Grounds came into play tapped. Because it's not printed soon enough to not come into play untapped.
Scavenger Grounds taps for colorless. You can go 2, sack a desert, exile all graveyards. So
it is a desert.
It is a desert, and if you're playing desert.deck or you have incidental deserts in your deck, as people are wont to do sometimes.
Oboe.
There you go.
Or Omo or whatever.
I play like in decks I play Scavenger Grounds. I play the from Amonkhet, the on color deserts, just in case I have 2 of them in a row. I can exile graveyards 2 times.
Yep.
Which is fine.
Pretty good.
Abstergo is good because it gets. I mean, play them both if you can afford like the colored mana loss. Play them both. Play them with freaking Bajuka Bog too.
Yeah, with Bajuk.
Let's get Bajuki beat up in this bitch.
And then there's Brotherhood Headquarters. I believe it's an uncommon that fixes your mana
for assassins. Yeah,
cool. Yeah. I'm glad that that's not a rare.
Yeah,
because that'll make it it goes in every Assassin's deck that this set is building, and I'm glad that they made that total, absolute, no argument about it staple at uncommon instead of a mythic rare.
I got one more funny thing I want to say.
Glad they're doing that.
I got one more funny thing. Then we're gonna get out of here.
Hit me.
Okay, Towering Viewpoint.
Yes.
Okay, it's a 0/4 wall for 2. Mm-hmm. It's got Defender and Reach, and it's got Leap of Faith 3. Target creature gains flying until end of turn.
Yep. That's you jumping off the Vista Point into the haystack.
Yes, but way funnier than that is it's got Reach.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got a flying guy who's like flying through the air, directing traffic, giving orders like, you attack here, you go this way, you attack this way, this way, this way. And he's turning this way, and wham! He freaking flies right into the tower because it's got Reach. And sorry to producer Gary for screaming into the microphone there.
He doesn't mind.
Well, if I clip that, make sure you find that one because that was a bad one. Oh man!
Let's just take a quick look over the reprint. Should we talk? Here, I'm gonna go way down to the bottom here. Way down to the bottom. Way down to the bottom. Way down to the bottom. We already talked about those ones.
I ruined it. You're fucking it all up.
I ruined everything.
You really did. You exiled the entire.
Man, I'm the best at this. The point is, do we like any of the extended arts? Are we excited to get any of the the pimp ass treatments for anything, or do we not? I think that the Feast and Famine and the Light and Shadow are both really cool. I think that they're worth looking out for. And correction from last week, the serialized cards, there's not 5 of them, there's 4. It's
3.
Leonardo da Vinci, Cleopatra, Socrates, and these guys also have a serialized version. Mary Real and Anne Bonny, but they're not in a fancy language because they're from England. So they're just in English.
When did they exist? How come it's not Middle English or Old English? Well, because they're freaking sailing, so it was probably more recent than that.
They didn't talk that way. And I just think that sort of Feast and Famine is just a really beautiful piece of art.
Yeah.
It's got the Kopesh from Egyptian fame on it. I think that's cool. We talked about the collector frames already. So overall, I guess as we're going to wrap it up, what do you think of Assassin's Creed, Ryan? Are you going to run out and buy a PlayStation and try out Assassin's Creed fucking Ninjas?
Oh, yeah.
No? Yeah, me either.
No, I'm not a huge console gamer, A. B, I have no time. C, I'm happy to experience Assassin's Creed through Magic's lens. I'm happy to spend time with my friends who do enjoy these because they're Assassin's Creed cards. Sure. Like our good friend Ben. We've mentioned him 6 times today.
Yep.
He really likes it. And I'm happy that my friends and people that I play with can get stuff that they like. And I don't hate it. And there are cards that I want to play from it. So I only benefit.
Are you telling me on the internet, in front of everybody, in front of every single person on the internet, that people are getting something that they like, that you don't care about, and it doesn't piss you off?
I am saying that, yes.
Huh. Who knew? Who knew you could do that? Weird.
Huh.
It's strange how, those things just only impact people in an okay way and impacts us negatively not one little bit, hey? Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
It's so strange how we can just not have something that's directed directly at us and not hate it. What a strange concept that we have stumbled upon here today, Ryan.
That's probably an internet first.
I know, right?
I got another one here for you.
Man.
If it's your first time ever going to FusionGamingOnline.com.
Oh, what do we do?
And you want to get a booster box or a whole bunch of singles, and it's over 100 Canadian dollars.
Oh, that's very little US dollars.
Yes, you use CCO Perks promo code at checkout, and you're going to get store credit kickback applied to your account. You're going to get a discount on stuff that you're going to buy anyways.
And you're going to get a kickback on that stuff too. That's just magical.
Yes.
That's
now,
a good way to buy things.
if you wanted to order a booster box, use CCO Save, get it sent to Brando. He'll open it up on Brando's box openings. He's got an Assassin's Creed box, but he wants another one and another one.
Some fool decided that it would be a really good idea if I opened a box for him. Ha!
There you go.
Idiot.
There you go.
He's going to do so good. I am going to open the best cards.
Yeah. Give this man an Oscar. Last thing I want to say, big thank you to all the Patreon supporters. Please go check out on July 4th CCO's curbside pickup of EDH games. Get it?
Yeah.
Pickup games?
Pickup games.
Yeah,
I get it. I understand it.
You got
I
it?
wasn't.
Okay.
I was born yesterday, but I
700 years
wasn't born
ago yesterday.
Yeah, in 91 BC, baby.
you know Socrates?
Yeah, he's a dick.
You're Socrates' dad.
He is a dick.
Watch Curbside Pickup. It's a lot of fun. We've got the first two done. Episode 1, July 4th. If you want to get in and play with the rest of the CCO Nation, head on over to patreon.com/CCO Podcast.
That's also the best way to support the show, keep us going, keep us doing what we've been doing. So if you like the comment, you're in a position to help us grow, please do that. We really do appreciate it. It means a lot to us that you're willing to support us in that way. If you're not in a position to do that, that's also fine, because you know what a lot of people do is watch the show and don't subscribe to us on YouTube. I know we're not supposed to tell people that, but it really helps, because Business Daddy keeps going, oh, you need more subscribers, so fucking help us out, damn it.
Yeah, it's that easy.
Yeah, it's free and it's easy, and just do it.
Yep.
Please.
You know what else is good too, since we're on this train? Sharing the show with your friends.
Is it? Yeah,
is.
that's pretty. I mean, yeah.
If you listen to CCO, and if you listen to anything on like that we do, like if you follow any of the content that Commander Cookout or our friends do, you're our best advocate. You already like the stuff. That's why you watch it, I think.
But what if it turns into a Butt Boy situation where all I want people to do is watch Butt Boy so we can talk about it together? But then nobody will watch it because I like it, so people think that it's terrible. What if all the people out there are doing the same thing, where they don't want to tell people about Commander Cookout because they're afraid that then people will immediately think that it's terrible because they like it?
Again with the Butt Boy.
It's such a good movie. People should watch it.
I think that's time for you to give us our final non-Butt Boy related thought of the day, and for producer Gary to hit the lights and unplug all the cameras.
All right. Assassin's Creed is a cool set. I'm happy they're doing it, and I've thought about it a lot, and I think that this manner with which they are going to be releasing some of the Universes Beyond set going forward, I think is a good way of doing it, with the small set that's just compact, all cool cards, neat reprints, good new stuff. I'm excited for that, and I'm looking forward to seeing them do it again in the future. I think that you are too.
Check this out.
Nice. Remember to check out Fusion Gaming Online, help the show out, and get yourself a discount on all sorts of different cards. And we're going to be back next week with a high-powered Modi Ho 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 deck sent in to us by one of our subscribers on the next episode of Commander Cookout Podcast. Hit our theme song!